here early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dillon, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just gotta toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Right.
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
Good whatever to you, whenever you are listening to this episode of Co-Host Auditions. I am your co-host, Dillon, and this is my self-taped audition for today's host, Lady Decade. She is a gaming streamer, and we will be looking at some gaming conspiracy theories, and there are a bunch of feet people who found her. So apparently she's been showing off her feet. We will see if she embraced that community or if she said, nah, stay away from me, feet people. What I find very fascinating about this lady is her extreme airbrushing. She has all of these thumbnails. Oh, let me share it with you. That she has all of these thumbnails where she has airbrushed her face into nearly unrecognizable fashion. And she's not an unattractive woman, but you've gone too far. You have taken the airbrushing just a tad too far, Lady Decade. And let's see what she actually looks like. Well, that is an astronaut's ass in her intro. I hope you, like me, believe her face looks better than an astronaut's ass. What you got to say about these gaming conspiracy theories, Lady Decade?
Conspiracy theories. There's a lot of them in retro gaming. Some of them surround channels. Some of them...
Yeah, that's what her face actually looks like. Oh yeah, coming at you at TBS time today. It has been quite a long time since I've been late, and I've been late about 3-4 times in the past 2 weeks. Hope we don't go back to TBS time in the 80s and 90s. I like the good old round number.
Some of them surround topics, some of them surround collectibles. And today I want to talk about the dumbest conspiracy theory that you can find in retro gaming. I mean, but is it the dumbest retro gaming conspiracy?
Actually, the feet people found her because of her face. Her face kind of looks like a foot. So even without taking her shoes off and showing them to the camera, these feet people are all about Lady Decade.
Theory? I don't know. Let's talk about it now and see what we all think. The problem is there's actually loads of these really dumb...
Loads? Just like what's on your feet from that new audience you got?
Conspiracy theories flying around everywhere, and the reason for that actually garners back to what I was talking about in my last video, where basically I talked about a loud minority of people within retro gaming, you know, the dorks, the losers, the incels, and the idiots, the gatekeepers of the community. So it's all of these people.
Actually, those people came after Lady Decade. She very much got a whiplash effect from people being like, you're a lady talking about games. What the fuck?
Who spout out absolute nonsense because they spend too much time.
She upset someone. I first stumbled across her over a crying video. She was crying over, oh, please don't be upset with me. Actually, that's how I stumbled across Lindsay Ellis, too. She's been very popular on the platform for quite some time, and it was her own fans eating her that first brought Lindsay Ellis to my attention, that she curated these people just ready to cancel anyone, and they canceled her, and that made me laugh very much.
I'm indoors in front of their little computers rather than going out and having a life and breathing some fresh air. Basically, I want to cover this particular...
You're insulting your fan base there, Decade.
particular one because I find it really, really, really funny. And I just want to talk about it with all of you because you've all heard, every single one of you, you've heard this conspiracy theory. And why are we not all laughing our heads off at it? Like, it's
to the point.
everywhere. It's in Facebook groups. It's
Okay.
at the two. Is this theory that
Yes.
YouTubers only talk about items within their collections or about hidden gems or other sort of like interesting pieces of gaming history.
Geez, no wonder you only have 10% of your subscribers watching your videos. You have got this big lead up to something that's right there in the title, Retro Gaming's Dumbest Conspiracy Theories. This conspiracy theory. Let me tell you about this conspiracy theory in just several minutes after build up and build up. Have you gotten to it yet?
Of their collections. Like, that is it. People literally think that we're talking about all of this stuff that we've spent time purchasing and enjoying and playing with and getting all displayed nicely because we're intending to sell it at some point in the future for a profit. You see, this is what people think. People think that
Actually,
before the
that's how
days-
my brother got into collecting wrestling figures, and he was preparing for a day that would never come of selling off all of his wrestling figures, and he just keeps collecting and collecting. He has actually brought women back to his house, and they saw what was going on, and nah. Spurg Snake, she needed money. And Lady D e-begging in front of 10,000 with a gaming collection. Yep, there is all the games that you can buy right there. And you do have to find that proper bell-shaped curve of having your collection and displaying it without having it just be pussy repellent like my brother had.
of YouTube, we all
Hi, if you're watching, you know you had pussy repellent in your living room.
preemptively bought these fantastic collections. We went around all of the boot sales, all of the flea markets. We went everywhere. We picked everything up. We gathered it all around ourselves and thought, there's a platform coming up in the future that we're going to become mega stars on. And we're going to show everyone what's in our collection, increase the value.
That's why I
and
was
then
with
we are
with
going to
VHS
be
tapes. I was a
absolute-
big VHS tape information hoarder. Like some people had stacks and stacks of newspapers only with pathways through their hallway. If VHS would have been the main mode of watching videos, I would have been that type of person, except with VHS tapes. And I had a pretty intricate system of labeling them, and thank goodness that is over. And I unfortunately don't have any of them anymore. Oh, that is a nice little face. Command Shift 3. That's the face that you get those feet fans to make.
absolutely rolling in dough afterwards.
This is completely and totally fake.
The premise of
She has
this
drops too.
conspiracy theory doesn't actually make sense. I mean, like, what is it that you actually expect?
Eddie Murphy, what do you think of her drops?
Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Of course, if you know the context of that scene, Eddie Murphy believes fuck you is a positive thing.
To have happen, that all of a sudden we've reached our top limit of videos that are going to be produced, and then that's that. Oh, thank you very much, everyone. Farewell. You've helped me.
Retro Gaming's Dumbest Conspiracy Theories. And so far, you've just talked about your collection and how people think that you're only collecting to sell it. This is a lame intro. I am gonna leap. This is not a particularly long video, but you are making me leap with this rambling on about nothing.
No way am I paying
You need a foot in your mouth, lady.
out
And that would get your OnlyFans up a bit more, since you've got those feet people all about you now.
for a PC engine and then importing it all the way from Japan. No way am I doing that. It's too expensive, which is literally the complaint that not just these conspiracy theorists have, but it's the complaint that all of us have. So you need to take into consideration that when you're taking a look at videos and you see someone and they've got a big collection behind them, like I do,
Still? Do you have a second point? Please have a second point. You could have, like this. Okay, you're frustrating me, Lady Decade. Retro Gaming's Dumbest Oh, fuck! That's what this whole video is about. Shit! Wrestling. Gaming's Dumbest Conspiracy Theories. That we just want to sell our games. No, we want to play our games. Ugh. You talk about this for 10 minutes? I thought this was going to be a list or something.
a niche thing for someone to be into. So if someone's going to go so far as to learn how to make a YouTube video and then make it specifically about retro gaming, do you really think that that's the sort of person who's got some kind of convoluted long game in their head about how they're going to make all of these videos and then increase the value of their
Okay. We just like Boogie yesterday, we need to skip about halfway into this video to get to their actual agitation. She is pissed off at these people calling her a big fat phony. I need to update my drops. I've used that big fat phony a couple of times, and I could have used that drop each of those times. But that's what's going on here. She is angry. It's not retro gaming's dumbest conspiracy theory. It's these people calling you a phony that you are upset about. You're very much like the Wizard Liz last week of putting up some type of phony title in order to just bitch about someone ghosting you. Fry, Philip J. Fry, what do you think of this video so far?
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it.
Yeah, it needs to be fixed, but she is upset right now. So hopefully she will be getting to some sort of point.
their collection for retirement one day, as I mentioned earlier. But the truth is that
And you really need
that
two.
is as nuts
You need one to
as it
play
sounds.
and one to
That
stay
is
mint on card
literally it. Because
if you're going to
these
sell that
people
shit.
that are making these videos, if they are lucky enough to actually be able to make some
Nice
kind of
overhead
income
projector.
from these videos, then they're looking at the paycheck at the end of the month. They're not looking at what they can achieve over the course of the next several years. They're not sat there and thought, do you know what? I'm going to make 500 videos about my collection so that with each video, the price incrementally goes up. And then at the end, I'm going to cash it all in. That's literally not how it works.
Buy the game, actually seen on my review, seen by 20,000 people. Oh, 12,000. Your views are going down.
You serious?
Going on the basis of that is as bonkers as it sounds. If that is your thought process, then you are bonkers. That's literally it. Sorry to say it. Sorry to shock you with that, but you're the bonkers one. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to anyone else. You have to be a little bit screwy to believe that kind of thing. It's not that much different from all these people that are into that weird black pill stuff. Same sort of thing.
You mean red
You've
pill
got
or
to be a
blue
little bit
pill?
screwy for it.
Looks like you chose
So
the
let me
red
be a
pill,
little bit
judging
more
by your
clear.
top.
If a YouTuber is making a video about a specific console or a specific game and they're making that video sound as interesting as possible, that is because they want to get as many eyes on their videos in the first place. Then they want people
They want to get eyes on their feet for their OnlyFans.
to remain watching that video from start all the way through to finish.
And you're not doing a good job here. I am going to fucking leap again. Jesus, lady.
Into my eyes, look into my eyes, not around my eyes, not around my eyes, just into my eyes. You're going to do 3 things for me right now. You're going to subscribe, you're going to like, you're going to join up to my Patreon, $50 a month. You're going to do that for me right now. And then you're going to click on one of these annotations.
Cassie Baxter looking more attractive all the time with these hosts that we're bringing in. And yeah, for this to be a actual react type of video, De La, I am not screening them overly much. And oh boy, what a piece of work this video is.
So you're going to do, and you're going to worship me forever, and you're going to be instrumental in helping me to purchase a castle, a retro gaming castle, where I will hoard all of the games from.
But unfortunately, the princess is not in that castle. But Annie O'Ryan apparently has this type of scheme going on. She is doing her What Is This Gaming show with me every other Wednesday in order to sell games to people. And boy, what a poor business plan that is in the day of digital copies.
From all around the world, and it will be funded by you, the taxpayer.
Okay, on to the feet video.
The feet.
Yes, the feet video. You did not win me over with any type of gaming content with that first one up there. You were just yelling at all the men, calling you a big fat phony. I saw right through you, lady.
These people found me. Someone left me a comment, and it quite literally said, You're on Wiki Feet now. Oh.
Wiki Feet. That one isn't that one's a new one to me. Wiki Feet is a thing. So Quentin Tarantino, we found what he has been spending his pastimes on. Wiki Feet.
Okay.
And he put it up with Uma.
I wouldn't look at it to begin with. I thought, oh no, I'm not looking on there. I don't know what's on there. And I got my husband to have a look on it for me. It's actually not that. It's not as bad. It's not bad at all. Really.
For being a Wiki Feet, there's a lot of faces on there. Faces that look pretty.
It's not actually.
Unlike your face that looks like a foot.
It's actually very complimentary. It's really, really quite a nice little homage.
Oh, and look at their pictures. They haven't taken your face and airbrushed it to a degree where you don't look like you.
To my feet. So quite pleasantly surprised when I actually got to see it. What is Wiki Feet?
She's wearing a candy striper outfit. Does she work as a nurse up in Canada?
It's like Wikipedia, but with no information and pictures of people's feet and really polite.
It's funny how she does seem to be embracing these feet people. She told this to the gaming people.
Leave me the fuck alone!
But these feet people, she's like, they were just, busting her balls, it sounded like, and trying to give her a little hazing. But she was telling those gaming people to fuck right off. Whereas these feet people, she seems to be a fan of.
Polite comment section. It's got rules for the comment section. Sorry, I've literally got tears.
Candy striper, my colostomy bag is full.
The comment section is intended for intellectual discussions over symmetry and aesthetics, and it's got a couple of other rules underneath it. It's most dignified. It's just got some polite discussion on there about my feet. I want to give a shout out.
So, what'd you get? Did you get a 9 out of 10? Are they more average feet? Did you get a 5 out of 10? I'm really very entertained with how combative she was towards the gaming people in that first one, and it was really, hidden. I was ready to talk about conspiracy theories on games, and she was just bitching about people calling her a phony gamer.
Out to the person who let me know about this on YouTube at Brandomania2. Thank you. You made my day. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad you enjoyed it. They've got a rating system on here. It's a very polite way.
Okay, it's out of 5. It is not out of 10 on how... What? 10 toes. 10 rankings. That's silly that you rank it feet by 5 stars instead of 10 toes. That's silly. But a 3.5 Lady Decade's feet are okay.
Like website. I'm actually really...
The same as her face.
Really flattered. I've actually noticed the Famicom Disk System video. You missed that one there. Because I actually use my foot in one of those shots to push a disc in.
Oh, they came to that one. Feet actually doing stuff. Like, not everyone can pick stuff up with their feet. Apparently, I have more versatile feet than other people, so I just pick up things that I drop with them. And yes, when people pointed out that's fucking disgusting, yeah, it is, isn't it? And I've tried to stop doing that as much, because since I can do it, I do it.
So there you go. There's a freebie for you. I can't believe there's a website curating pictures of feet. Like, I know people like feet. Of course, you get people who are into that sort of thing. So you're probably wondering how I got here. I think it's probably to do with my jury video, the character retrospective that I did on jury recently. Basically, what it is in that video is I feel like Capcom are always drawing attention to jury's feet.
So that is how it's pronounced. I always thought that was just something Mike Myers did, is that character with his drawings.
And
now I've got to get all my UK friends to talk about their drawings to see if you pronunciate it the same.
Quentin Tarantino in his films does the same thing, like has close-ups of feet for no reason, like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You've got Margot Robbie sat there in the cinema with her feet just there, and there's a close-up of her feet for no reason. Or like I think in Pulp Fiction.
All of them. All of the movies.
Where Uma Thurman just...
Actually, Reservoir Dogs doesn't have a female character to feed it up.
But she does.
Do they?
And so I just made a joke.
True Romance. Imagine if True Romance was actually directed by by Quentin Tarantino, how much feet we would have got from Miss Arquette. Monkey feet are indeed handy de toi, and I didn't find it gross. It was just, I can pick things up. Let me pick things up with my feet. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't pick things up with my feet. They're on the ground.
Tarantino joke about,
But so is that thing I was
later
picking
in the
up.
video, I had a
Cancels
close
out.
up of my own feet just because I thought it was funny, and evidently people must have appreciated that, because some of the pictures, the screen grabs that are on this wiki feet are of my feet from that video, and that is funny. And do you know, if you actually scroll down in the comments on here, one of the comments actually reads as, she was making a joke about how a female game character is barefoot a lot and being directed by Quentin Tarantino. It was at that moment she
Quentin Tarantino directs the new Tomb Raider, where we don't get too much of Lara Croft in her crop top, but we get a lot of Lara Croft going around barefoot. Oh, Die Hard. If Quentin Tarantino were to direct a reboot of Die Hard, he would gender swap it. And boy, that would really break his heart to see some feet in that much pain.
she finally showed off her bare feet.
But he would do it.
3 photos. I had to share it here, lol. So thank you for appreciating that. Gimme Them Toes member since 2019. This Gimme Them Toes has introduced some of the users of WikiFeet to Street
All right,
Fighter
I've got a
6.
brother in monkey
They
feet,
didn't
king of all diffs, picks things up with his feet as well. Let's have a convention of people and their monkey feet.
That you could play as Jury with no shoes. They didn't realize there was a character with no shoes at all. That person talking about my video has introduced new people who like feet to Jury, which is doing the world a favor. Everyone needs more Street Fighter 6 and some people need more feet. So that's obviously.
She is just. You should stop being a gaming creator. You have such disdain for your gaming audience, and you are very happy. Look how happy she is in this video versus that first video, which I thought was going to talk about gaming conspiracies, as it was labeled, Lady Decade, and not bitch at people for calling you a phony. Make a video called I Am Not a Phony. I was ready to talk about Polybus or one of those silly gaming conspiracy theories. Not the fact that you're angry at people for calling you a phony.
It's a nice thing.
And it was very boring for most of it.
To do. There is some confusion in this comment section. Random guy says Tarantino directed games. Slight misunderstanding there, but it doesn't matter. It all gets cleared up in the end. I like this comment by.
Ooh, it gets cleared up in the end. Feet in the end. Foot fisting. That is a genre that has a very niche audience.
A person here with a Kunio-kun picture as their avatar on here, who literally have the comment, finally. They must have been waiting for someone to.
What about you, Lady Decade? Do you have little monkey feet like me and King of all diffs? Can you do some gaming with your feet? I think we have found your audience of mixing gaming with your feet, since you have so much disdain and so much hate for the gaming audience that you have curated, and there's not a lot of them sticking around who have subscribed to your videos to actually watch them. I bet they'll come back if you use the controller with your feet.
So, username.
Get one of those fighting controllers. One with the big joystick. Oh boy, how phallic that is. Using your feet with that big joystick and those 3 big buttons. I think that I have the way for you to pivot and really capitalize off of this gaming and feet mix, Lady Decade.
56. I don't think you're an idiot. I think you have waited patiently and have thus been rewarded accordingly. Quite a few of them want to see the soles of my feet. Maybe at the end.
I'm unfamiliar with some of these drops from UK television, but that guy looked a whole lot like Marty Feldman's son with those eyes.
I'll show you a picture of my soles. Oh yeah, so there's other people as well making comments.
I want you mind, body, and soul means a whole different thing to your new sect of fans.
Saying that they like They actually like that I am displaying my feet whilst wearing stockings. Now, gentlemen, men of culture, let me enlighten you. It's not stockings. I live in dresses and skirts like every day. Basically, I had 2 pairs of trousers, but I've realised that one of them has a hole in now and thus cannot be worn anymore. So
Ooh, that works in with another fetish we can get for your OnlyFans of your pants having a hole in it and you keeping them on the entire time.
I have 1 pair of trousers left, and I don't wear stockings, unfortunately.
You've got 1 pair of public trousers and 1 pair of OnlyFans trousers, and all your stockings are OnlyFans stockings. I'm not sure how well you can manipulate that controller in stockings, though. That might be for show, and you take off those stockings in order to play fighting games.
Fortunately, I'm sorry to say. Do you know what? Sometimes I feel like a lot of people accuse me of wearing stockings as though that's something that's a bad thing to do. Oh, naughty, naughty. Don't wear stockings. I have a lot of people tell me off about my tops as well. I've mentioned.
I think I'm starting to discover a new weird fetish of mine. I find the stocking feet more attractive than the bare feet. I might have to go to this wiki feet and get into the hashtag stocking section.
This in a video before, actually. I do feel like some people would rather that I dressed like how I think they're probably dressed, which is heavy metal t-shirts, black, maybe those big warm fleecy black hoodies that have like wolves howling on the front, or a nice picture of a dragon on the back. I've just found a good comment on here.
Oh, I found a good comment on here too. Mr. Blue Sky, I am setting you up for a rim shot right here. Her feet are the sole reason for some people watching her. Home run, Blue Sky.
This is from Random Guy, and by the looks of it, he's got quite a good score on this website. He's got lots of like ticks next to his name. And obviously
lots of ticks next to his name. Not to be confused with the ticks by the Tourette's girls. Completely different ticks.
And jury.
And completely different ticks from the girls living out in the jungle. We've got to get our ticks straight. So if whichever tick fetish you are into, be sure you are clicking on the right one. Ooh, that's a fun face too. Command Shift 3.
Indeed has the most realistic / detailed soul texture on a mainstream game so far. So I'm glad that throughout all of this, Random Guy has now found jury. So through them liking feet enough to find a website.
Oh, now I'm starting to develop your fighting game character where it's only kicks. You use nothing but your feet in your fighting style, Lady Decade.
Called Wiki Feet, and then coming across my profile called Lady Decade, and then going down and someone mentioning that I've got a video that they noticed that had my feet in, which was about someone else who had their feet in the game. And that was a game by Capcom, who we should all be supporting to an extent. Mostly, yes, we should be. And now someone else has watched that video and enjoyed my feet and enjoyed Jury's feet in particular. And then
Candy Striper feet are the hottest of all feet.
May well go out and support our developers because of feet. I just want to like rewind back and go back to these rules about the comment section because it's not really a wiki.
Comment section. This comment section is intended for intellectual discussion over symmetry and aesthetics. Insult of bigoted, sexually explicit comments. Oh, so do not talk sexually about these feet. We are talking about the structure of these feet. That is another foot fetish site where we talk about coming on the feet. We talk about licking the feet over here. And political political discussions about feet are prohibited. That right foot. Oh, I do not agree with that right foot, but that left foot has got it going on. Describing of fantasies is prohibited. Links and videos must follow the same standards as photos. In short, stay classy, foot fetish people. Oh boy, we need to go down this wiki feet rabbit hole.
Wiki, I guess, because
Thanks
you've
for
got a
joining
comment
No
section on it,
Filter,
and the comment
Scott.
section seems to be sort of after the pictures, of course, like the main thing on here. And
I guess all porn sites have a foot section, so Wiki Feet does need to help stand out from those other feet porno sites by being just an analytical foot site, not an anal foot site. That is over on another site.
And I want to go back to the bit where it says only intellectual discussion about symmetry and aesthetics. Because it's just sort of like hamming it up a bit, isn't it? Because what kind of intellectual discussion can you have about my feet?
We can talk about if your second toe is bigger than the big toe. That's something that some people absolutely are not into. They want the big toe to be the big toe, to be the tallest toe, not just the stoutest toe.
I haven't really got the greatest feet out there. I don't think you could.
I think it's the stockings that's putting them over the top. At least that's what it is for me. I'm going to have to go to stockingpedia.com. Stocking, not stalking.
Create
Not
like a Statue of
stalking.
David style thing about my feet. There are people out there with considerably nicer feet than me. And I mentioned I searched for Margot Robbie earlier because she is an example in my brain of someone who I consider to have rather nice feet.
Never noticed her feet. Everything about her is just fucking perfect. So of course her feet is perfect. Are perfect. Margot Robbie, how did you get so perfect? I don't think she had any work done either. She is just naturally fucking gorgeous.
And it's introducing people. I suppose there's another way to introduce people to come and check out my YouTube channel. And then
your gaming content isn't getting people to stick around to your YouTube channel. I mean, we only have another 2 minutes, and I am very weary, very leery to bring up another one of your gaming videos because that fucking stunk, that first video out of the box.
Search for my content. Like they can now.
You would think that the feet stink, but no, your gaming stinks. Your feet are fine.
Sit there and watch all of my videos in search of feet, which is only going to do me a bit of good, isn't it? I don't really know where else to go with this. It's not really a gaming related video. It's more about gamers, because it has to be gamers who.
What'd you do with your lighting? She did something here with her lighting, so it kind of matches the way that she airbrushes the ever-living shit out of her pictures. Yeah, that lighting sticks. It doesn't look like you have airbrushed your pictures to all fuck with the lighting that you have there. And I am one for lighting. There's me without lighting. Looks like fucking garbage. And here's me with lighting. Looks less like garbage. I mean, this still looks like garbage. I can't do anything about that. Oh no. Oh no, we don't want Stuttering John to come and sleep on our bed. Hit the like button, everybody, so that Stuttering John will not leave shit stains on our bed. Even if Stuttering John doesn't shit in your bed, he is not a good wiper.
There will be shit. And put them on this foot-related compendium.
Ooh, I think I got a good movie for Stuttering John. I will start working on the script of There Will Be Shit this afternoon.
Site. And all I can say is that if you are still here and you don't necessarily watch my content because of my feet,
I stuck around the whole time on this one. Your gaming video, I fucking couldn't.
I have educated you somewhat in the world of people who are feet appreciators, and I hope that you have found this video amusing and cheerful, because I found this hilarious. If you do want to watch some more of my videos that have got my feet on show, then go back and watch my Famicom Disk System video.
Yeah, the stockings are really doing it for me.
The jury video, my jury character retrospective video that I uploaded recently, has a lot of jury's feet in and one shot of my own. So, and if you really, really like my feet, but are prepared to
I like your feet in stocking. I like your feet bare much less. And yeah, I am going to have to start checking out a new section of weird videos now that I have noticed this.
Related rewards, because there are none, then please consider backing me over on Patreon. And I guess I'll see you in the next video.
Oh. Are you gonna slowly? Oh, you've got it taped to your foot. Okay, so she indeed does not have the monkey feet like I in King of All Diffs do, because if she did, she would bring it up. I do not have this angled to actually show off my hand feet, but she had to tape it there. So, okay, you will not get that extra audience of picking things up with your feet, people. And it's like it's censored. Feet censored, go over to the Patreon to get all the foot to see what's behind the Dark Souls. A dark soul is behind the Dark Souls because she's been going very barefoot lately. And I only pulled 2 videos of Lady Decade because usually that would take up the entire time that I wanted to be here. But oh boy, I don't want to get another gaming video from her. That was not a fun experience. So let's go ahead and get the shill segment in here. Thank you all for joining. You can like, subscribe. Thank you for chatting. Commenting after this is over helps the algorithm as well. And maybe we will get into some more feet videos from Lady Decade. I hope there's more feet video from Lady Decade because her gaming videos left something to be desired. And that would be just not yelling at people for calling her a phony. I'm a big fat phony. Yeah, I'm not really in the mood to check out any of these other videos after we saw what you were doing on that first video. It was false. It was very much a false titling that you did in that first video. You wanted to bitch at people. You did not want to talk about gaming conspiracy theories, which I thought was going to be fun, but nope, it was not fun at all because you did not do what the title said you were going to do. But if you would like to continue this talk about weird fetishes, hop on to my Discord. We will have a voice chat after the show today. And yeah, I don't want to talk about Lady Decade's gaming content ever again. And that's all it is on here. It's more gaming content, and that was a stinker. That was not fun at all. It was stinky, as you would imagine feet would be. John was waiting for a dingleberry harvest, says John Fitzpatrick. That's why he left some turd streaks. The dingleberry harvest was not in yet, so there was turds and hair. That's what happened there. Let's go to some gaming over on the TikTok. Dela, I am pretty sure we aren't talking about fetishes in the chat. Well, we'll go where we go. We'll see what we end up talking about. Annie hopes not to talk about fetishes in the chat. We will have to get a special voice chat for that. The only fans, the only weirdos. Yeah, only weirdos. The only weirdos chat. Speaking of only weirdos, here is a game that harkens back to the early 90s, where full motion video games they thought they might be the future. And nope, not the future at all. This is...
I went into this game 100% blind.
I want your dead grandma. I'm in love with your dead grandma. You can buy this on Steam right now. I'm in love with your dead grandma.
After seeing only the title. Turned out to be an interactive movie where you get minor dialogue choices.
Very much back to the Sega Saturn days of, boy, we can put actual video on these games. Let's make a game all around that. And you see they have a big old budget for backgrounds in this. It is designed in crayon, is the backgrounds of I'm in love with your dead grandmother.
Grandma, I'm in love with your dead grandmother. I know she treats
He filmed this in an afternoon.
Decided to seduce Betty as a plumber.
And what a nice toilet we have drawn on the wall there as we are trying to seduce Betty the grandmother as a plumber. I would have chosen Pizza Man as myself. I imagine it's a this or that. As the host of this video said, it was very few choices that you had. Mark Malevolent TV What is it with these people calling their channels TV? It's archaic. Like when Hannibal TV actually named his channel that, it wasn't archaic. When Joey C named his channel that, absolutely archaic.
Good one. It's clogged with a big poo I did earlier. So
Instant regret.
Huh?
Thanks, Grandma. But the fact that she did a big poo earlier does mean that when you go for the back door, it will not be as messy as it could be.
Okay, I really need to impress Betty. How can I fix this toilet?
Shut up,
Unfortunate.
And then there is more fun dialogue there that for no reason whatsoever, the host decides to talk over. Let's get a couple more clips of I'm in love with your dead grandma.
Playing some I'm in love with your
Press
dead
to escape.
grandmother on
Yeah,
PlayStation.
escape, yeah. You want the grand... we don't... We're going for the granny.
Whew, that was a close one.
And she is definitely the same actress as the grandmother. So this was made with 3 people in total. We have the lead actor, the lead actress, and the guy on the camera.
Don't you like me?
Stop it. It's not that. I just want to take it slow.
Sometimes we have a more wholesome hang d'etroit, but Lady Decade took us down a very provocative road. So I decided we will keep together that theme with our videos to take it out with I'm in love with your dead grandma. And here I believe this is the big confession scene of Dayla thinks this is a very wholesome hang. Very wholesome to be talking about feet in an analytical way. Wiki feet, an analytical, intellectual talk about feet, not like those other feet sites. And I'm in love with your dead grandma. What's more wholesome than a grandmother?
Confession time.
I'm really sorry about that. It's just that I'm literally in love with your grandmother.
She's fucking dead!
Well, in this case, I'm in love with your dead grandmother.
You fucking
Confession.
She kind of looks like an uglier version of Bailey from WWE, and I am a Bailey booster, so you have some unfortunately a few acne scars there. Not much you can do about that other than makeup, but you do have a Bailey type of look to you, and I am a fan of Bailey. So now that we got through Lady Decade and I'm in love with your dead grandma, I believe this is a new clown to the lineup. We have got Robot Liz 2.0 and a few quick videos from a new attractive clown lady to take us out.
You know, am I cringe? Yes, absolutely. But, and stay with me here, I'm hot.
I agree. Ooh, that is just like me. I am cringe, but not ugly. I am cringe, but passable. We are in a similar boat.
When I started my TikTok career, I never thought it would go anywhere. And it didn't.
We have more and more in common all the time, Robot Liz 2.0. When I started my streaming career, I didn't think it would go anywhere, and it didn't. It has it rose up to a couple dozen people, and it has stayed there. One more quick one from Robot Liz 2.0.
If you're looking for a pickup line, all you have to say is, do you like dogs? And if they say yes, you can say, cool. Do you want to come to my house and we can fuck each other?
Get it to the point. You are my type of lady, Robot Liz. You are cringe but attractive. You are all about dogs, and there is no more that you need to know about anyone in order to invite them out for the old in-out. Well, this one has been a shorter episode than usual, but no fucking way I am putting on another gaming video by Lady Decade. our viewership picked up as it went along because that more popular stream went long as fuck today. So thank you all for trickling over after that more popular streamer finally got finished. That's why I kicked the start time back to 11:30 a.m. Eastern rather than 11 a.m. Eastern, because that more popular streamer sometimes does overtime. He did super overtime today. Thanks for finishing up eventually and letting my 6 viewers go. Thank you, 6 viewers, for coming over so we didn't do this all by our lonesome over here. Tomorrow we have got TikTok around the clock with the return of speed dating and a bunch of good-looking ladies and something I don't know what the fuck it is. So let's analyze that what the fuck it is tomorrow. I'm still waiting for confirmation on my guest for Chatting with Beloved Chatters. Sent an email out the other day. If any of you would like to be a guest on Chatting with Beloved Chatters, hop into the Discord to get in contact with me or Dayla. There is also my email, dillonfromsomewhere@gmail.com. And I've been dragging my feet. Well, not really dragging my feet. I have been a not getting things done motherfucker for launching a couple of new shows on my network, a couple of review shows in 2 different genres. And I would like to get my business license before then so that we can write all these expenses off. That's one reason that I'm dragging my feet. And another reason that I'm dragging my feet is just because, I didn't think I was one of those people who was affected by the winter, by the less sunshine, but it appears I am. I have been just in general a whole lot less up and atom since the sun went away. And Mr. Blue Sky, why did you have to go away for so long? Whoops. So sorry about that, Dayla. Him and I are both manning this thing here. Oh, Base Pill as well. Yeah, Base Pill and a few others. We have got to lock down. I don't want to get too far ahead of the pre-recorded interviews. Like a week ahead is all I want to get in front of. Deitois, it was a Kmart training video. Melton hit us if we leave early. It's quite abusive. I have got to start doing that. I've got to start threatening violence as well. But I did tune in to the end of that as well when I was informed, hey, this really popular motherfucker Melton, he is going long. And I can see why he stuck to that training video. That was a much more fun video than, no more Lady Decade. If she has some more feed video, maybe that was fun. But no number 2 by Lady Decade. That hurt. That first video of her talking about gaming absolutely hurt. So tune in next week for more co-host auditions. Hopefully we will have a video essayist who isn't disguising a clickbaity title with getting out their frustrations and bitching about stuff to their audience. TikTok around the clock. Looking forward to tomorrow. What is this game with Annie? XCOM next week with Skinny Chad Zumock, the man who beat me in the Dabble Off. And I should have auditioned a little more. His Stuttering John impression was definitely much better than mine was. But you have got me back into my XCOM addiction. I lost a year of my life to XCOM, and it looks like I am going to lose another few months to XCOM because once I start, I just can't put that game down. And that is on Annie's channel. What is this game? So feel free to join us on Discord. We are going to ramble on about something or other, and I will start up the second voice channel for the dirty, filthy talk that Lady Decade let us down. Thank you all for joining, and now feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Places all join hands, circle left. Now circle right and listen to me. LSMFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to you, honey, with the right left 8. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky Strike is first again with Tobacco Men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a Lucky Strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a Lucky Strike.